Hello and welcome to TotoTCG. You are here with me, Matthew, and we are back here with another Pokemon video on the channel. So in today's video we're going to be checking out GG End. Now of course we have already checked out all of the GXs so far from this set, but this will check out all the other cards as well as the secret rares. So let's do it, let's get into it. We've got about 50 or so cards to get through, so let's head over and start checking them out. Okay, so let's get on with it. Let's have a look at these cards from GG End. So we're going to start straight off with the grass type that was revealed in this. Just the one, and it was indeed Carablast right here. Looks pretty cool. So for one colour, so we got Takedown. This Pokemon does 10 damage to itself, so it's okay, but I'm guessing that when we actually do get to its evolution, which will probably be a metal type, that might explain itself, with a HP of 70 as well. Moving down as well, we then move into Magmar, which does have a very interesting artwork indeed, with 80 HP. 1/5 a Smoke Bomb, 10 damage if the defending Pokemon tries to attack during your opponent's next turn. Your opponent flips a coin. If tails, that attack doesn't happen. So that's pretty cool. We then move into Magmortar, which of course is the evolution from Magmar. Another interesting artwork as well, with that volcano going on in the background. 130 HP. Double colourless for a Smoke Bomb. Another one. 50 damage, and it's the exact same thing again. Stops it, and they've got a flip. And then for fire double colours, we've got Flamethrower for 120 damage, and discard an energy from this Pokemon. We then have Heatran GX, which we have already taken a look at in our video, so we'll move on from that. We then have Litwick, which is a awesome artwork. Love this one. Looks really, really cool. So for 1/5, we got Find a Friend. Search your deck for a fire Pokemon, reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. We then move into Lampent right here, which looks great. It's a clear animation with that sort of light going on in the background, which gives a shadow effect. It looks amazing. So for 1/5, we got Live Coal for 40 damage. Discard an energy from this Pokemon. Evolving into Chandelure right here. Very, very cool. That will be a holo in the set, so that'll be nice. So for 1/5, we got Soul Burner, 10 plus damage. Discard the top 5 cards of your deck. This attack does 60 more damage for each Pokemon you discard, which isn't bad. Then put any number of discarded fire Pokemon onto your bench. That's not bad, actually. You know, you've got that way of obviously discarding it, but then straight away buff back on the bench. So very, very cool. We then have Raichu and Alolan Raichu GX, which we've already checked out. Moving into the evolutions, then we have Pikachu, a great looking Pikachu here with that effect, the night sky, all the mushrooms, the grass, the colours. It looks amazing. 70 HP on that one. We've got one colours for Tail Whap for 10 damage, and then Lightning and double colours for Lightning Ball, 50 damage. That then evolves into a Alolan Raichu, which does look really cool. Again, another holo. One lightning, we've got Electric Rain. Discard as many lightning energy from this Pokemon as you like. For each energy discarded in this way, choose one of your opponent's Pokemon and do 30 damage to it, which isn't bad. And then for lightning double colours, we've got Lightning Ball for 90 damage. We then have Stunfisk, which is either flopping into the ground there or digging up the sand, one of the two. So for one fighting, we've got Trap Bolt, 30 plus damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon's remaining HP is more than this Pokemon's remaining HP, this attack does 30 more damage. Yikes. Last one of the lightnings, we got Thunderous right there, which is pretty cool. You can see 2 of them there, which is always nice. Double colours for Gale Thunder, 20 plus damage, and if you have Tornadus on your bench, it does 50 more damage. Might be interesting to see if one of these will be a promo in terms of a pre-release. 2 lightning and colours for Lightning Strike, 120 damage. This attack does 40 damage to one of your bench Pokemon. Yikes. This is an interesting one. We've got an Alolan Marowak right here. It is a Psychic type. I do like the look of this one. So for no energy, you've got Soul Breaker. Discard the top card of your opponent's deck. If this discarded card was a Pokemon, this attack damage is equal to the HP of that Pokemon. Now, I really do like that, because obviously what happens if you do turn over like a tag team? You'd be doing 270 damage for no energy. Something like that. It's crazy. Really, really is. And then we've also got Psychic Colorless for Bone Knock, which is 60 damage. But I do like that a lot. Really, really cool. We then have a Drifloon. Amazing artwork there. 1 Colorless for Ram, 10 damage. Evolves into a Drifblim there. You can see the Raichus right there in the background. Got an ability here, Tag Carry. Once during your turn, you may switch your active tag team Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. Might be a nice way of obviously just getting that switch going without playing Switch, but it is a Psychic type. Then for 3 colours, we got Spinning Attack for 70 damage. Moving into Giratina right here. Very, very nice artwork with all of that lovely, lovely rainbow effect going on there. Golden rainbow explosion stuff with Giratina. It does have an ability, Dimension Talon. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you may discard a special energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. Obviously, if they don't have any, it doesn't do anything. 1 Psychic and a double colours for Fade to Black, 70 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. And then on from that, we then have Muna. Future Sight. Look at the top 4 cards of either player's deck, then return them to the top of the deck in any order. Moves into Mushana? I guess so. These are new ones to me, so that's pretty cool, Mushana. So we got 1 colours for Rest Up. Each player's active Pokemon is now asleep. During your next turn, this Pokemon's attacks do 100 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. And then for 1 colours, we got Zen Headbutt for 50 damage, but obviously if you do Rest Up, then boom, you're doing that 150. We then have a Cubone in the set, which looks great. Looks really awesome. 1 colours for Growl. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon's attacks do 20 less damage. And then for 2 colours, we got Boomerang for 20 times damage. Flip 2 coins. This attack does 20 damage for each heads. Moving on from that, we've got Meditite, doing some sort of like stretch, pointing up at the sun there. So for 1 fighting, we've got Screaming Headbutt, 40 damage. This Pokemon can't use Screaming Headbutt during your next turn, but that should be okay, because hopefully you'll be able to get Medicham. And then you've got 1 fighting for Meditate, put 4 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like. 2 fighting, Masters Blow. 60 plus damage. If this Pokemon has a black belt attached, does 60 more damage. Nice. 2 fighting, one attached tool. That's interesting. We then have a Garchomp line starting with Gible in this awesome looking knitted form. Love these. Absolutely love them. So for 1 fighting, we got Stampede for 10 damage, and then for a fighting colours, we got Headbutt Bounce for 30 damage. That then evolves into Gabite. Looks pretty cool. 1 fighting, we've got Corkscrew Punch, 20 damage. And then for fighting colours, we've got Sharp Scythe, which is 40 damage. Then we have a Hollow Garchomp as well, with an ability, Counter Aura. If you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent, this Pokemon's attacks do 80 more damage. That's not bad. And then we have Fighting Colours for Aura Edge, 80 plus damage. You may discard an energy from this Pokemon. If you do, it does 40 more damage. Then you've got the ability on top of that. This thing is definitely going to be raking in the damage. And a Retreat of Nothing. Now you're talking. We then also have a Riolu, which again looks very powerful, very ominous. 1 fighting for Kick, which is 20 damage. And then we have Lucario right here, which is really cool. I like how obviously they've got the tag teams in here as well, which is always a nice little bonus there. But this has got an ability here, Tag Coach. Your tag team Pokemon takes 20 less damage from your opponent's attacks. That's not bad actually. You know, if you can get this done, get this up and running, and say maybe you've got 2 or 3 of them, then that's possibly 40, 60 less damage being taken, which is great stuff. Fighting double colours there for Max Straight, which is 90 damage, but probably just going to play that for the ability. We've got Meloetta here, and this is quite cool because you've got the Giratina and, of course, Garchomp as well in the background. So we've got Tag Yell. Attach an energy card from your hand to one of your tag team Pokemon. And then also we've got, for double colours, we've got Meteor Step, 30 plus damage. Flip a coin until you get Tails. This attack does 30 more damage for each heads. Okay. We then are getting a Zygarde, and this is a very interesting one indeed. We've got ability Sell Company. As long as this Pokemon is on your bench, your Zygarde's attacks, including Pokemon GX, do 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So because obviously Zygarde is still going to be in, this is going to be a great opportunity to possibly bring it back and play some of these extra additional Zygardes just to get that damage going in. I think the first attack was, if you've got, I think it was a double colourless. I think if you get double colourless on it, it does 50, but then you search your discard and you attach to fighting, which gets everything else ready, which then possibly means you could carry on playing with Bonnie to keep the GX going. So there's plenty of stuff to be done, so definitely something I'm looking forward to definitely having a go with Zygarde again. And then for one fighting, we've also got Boost Fang, which is 20 damage. Attach a fighting energy from your discard pile to one of your benched. One dark Pokemon in this set, which was Hooper. Again, looks very, very cool. Reminds me very much of the, I think it was Fates Collide, the pre-release promo. It does look pretty interesting. I don't know whether it was just sort of pointing in that direction, but we do have a holo Hooper. So for one colour, so we got Evil Admonition, something or other. Admonition, there it is. 10 plus damage. This attack does 20 more damage for each of your opponent's Pokemon that has an ability, so there is that. And then for a triple colour, so we've got Mind Shock for 80 damage. This attack's damage isn't affected by weakness or resistance. We then, of course, have the Mowel GX, which we have already checked out. And there it is right here. We have the X-Cavalier, which obviously evolves from that Carablast. So for one metal, we have Certain Lance, 80 damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon has no damage counters on it, this attack does nothing. Yeeks. And then for one metal and double colour, so we've got Iron Lance for 90 damage. That is pretty cool, actually. I have to say that one up there, just for one metal to do 80. But obviously you do have to have that condition sort of going as well. But pretty cool. Then, of course, we have got Garchomp and Giratina GX, which again, we have checked out on the channel. Moving into more dragons, we have Latias. Right there. So for one Psychic, we have Energy Arrow, 20 times damage. This attack does 20 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon for each energy attached to that Pokemon. Okay. And then for two Fighting and a colour, so we've got Speedwing, 100 damage. Right there, just straight up. Boom. We then have Axew right here, which does have an ability called Unnerve. Whenever your opponent plays an item or supporter card from their hand, prevent all effects of those cards to this Pokemon. And then for a Fire and a Metal type, we got Gnaw for 20 damage. So there's that. Evolves into a Fracture. Double colourless, Guard Press, 30 damage, and then during your opponent's next turn, any damage to this Pokemon is reduced by 30. And then Fire, Metal, Colourless, we've got Guillotine for 70 damage. Wow, I can't even say that. 70 damage. Evolves then into a Haxorus right here, which will be a holo. Ability, Grinder Up. Once during your turn, you may discard a Stadium card in play. If you do, attach up to 3 in any combination of Fire and Metal Energy cards from your hand to this Pokemon. That is pretty cool. Then for Fire and Metal, we got Powerful Axe, which is 10 plus damage. This attack does 40 more damage for each basic energy attached to this Pokemon. So definitely that ability does help, plop that Stadium up, get rid of it, 3 energy, attach for turn, you're looking pretty good. Moving into the colours Pokemon, we do get Kangaskhan, which will be a holo in the set. Again, we have got the Raichus there. So for one colour, so we got Double Draw, which is draw 2 cards. And then for 4 colours, Tag Impact. So we got 50 times damage. This attack does 50 damage times the number of tag team Pokemon you have in play. Wow. So that thing could possibly be doing 250 damage there, which is huge, especially if you've got 5 tag teams on your bench. Now, I don't know whether people would have 5 tag teams on your bench, because that is literally 15 prize cards worth of stuff just plopped on your bench there. So it'd be an interesting one, but yeah, it could be a nice little tech, you never know. We then get this awesome one. I love this artwork. A Bidoof. It looks so cool. We've got a Bidoof. 1 colours for tackle, 10 damage, and then a triple colours for Hyper Fang, which is 60 damage, and flip a coin if Tails is attacked does nothing. So there is that. That will then evolve into a B-Barrel. A B-Barrel, there he is. Looks pretty cool. Ability, Unaware. Prevent all effects of your opponent's attacks except damage done to this Pokemon. Then for a triple colours, we got Amnesia for 60 damage. Choose one of your opponent's active Pokemon's attacks. That Pokemon can't use that attack during your opponent's next turn. Then we have Munchlax. We are getting a little baby Munchlax. Look at him, so cool. Ability, Feast Search. Once during your turn, you may flip a coin. If heads, put a card from your discard pile on the top of your deck. Either way, your turn ends now, but it has a free retreat. So why not? We then have a Pidove, right there. 1 colours for Glide, 10 damage, and then double colours for Flap, 20 damage. Evolves into a Tranquil right here. So for 1 colours we got Glide, 20 damage. Double colours we got Air Slash for 40 damage and discard an energy from this Pokemon. Evolving then into an Unpheasant. There it is right there. 1 colours for Gust, 40 damage. Triple colours, Downburst, 90 damage. You may shuffle all cards attached to each player's active Pokemon into that player's deck. Interesting. We then have Tornadus right there. Very nice. So for 1 colours we have Knuckle Punch, 20 damage. And then for triple colours we got Thunderclap Tornado, which is 80 damage. And if Thundurus is on your bench, this attack does 20 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. That's not bad. Definitely not bad. Nice little combo there. I like it when they do that. So that's all for the Pokemon. Let's have a look at the tools now. The trainer cards, sorry. So first one we have is Tag Switch right here. What does this do? Move 2 energy from one of your tag team Pokemon to another one of your Pokemon. Now it does say from a tag team to another one. So it doesn't say tag team to tag team, but it might mean that. But it's just interesting to definitely keep in mind. We also have Reset Stamp here. This is an interesting one. Your opponent shuffles their hand into their deck. Then your opponent draws a card for each of their remaining prize cards. Oh boy, hello there. How you doing, N? It's almost like an N. It is almost like an N. It's like a cut in half N. It's a It's just a quick So, yeah, Reset Stamp is going to be interesting. A nice way of obviously destroying your opponent's hand, especially if they're doing really well and you're thinking like, oh goodness, what am I going to do? They've only got 1 prize card. Oh wait, Reset Stamp. They have 1 card. Now, they might have had a whole handful, a heap full of cards. So you're definitely going to be messing them up there with that. We then have a Black Belt right here. And I was thinking, oh, is this going to be like an alternative to a Choice Band? It's not. Obviously, it is attached to a Pokemon. So if you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent, the attack of the Pokemon this card is attached to is fighting less. It costs a fighting less. Now, say for example, a fighting Pokemon you have has only 1 fighting. This could be a free attack because of this thing. So that's pretty nice. Definitely very, very nice. We then have this one, which is Grimsley. Don't know what this one is from. Don't know where this trainer comes from, or the supporter. Move up to 3 damage counters from one of your opponent's Pokemon to another one of your opponent's Pokemon. That's literally what it does. We then have Coach Trainer, which does look pretty cool indeed. Obviously, we've got these 2 right here, and we've got Pikachu and Zekrom in the background there. So, draw 2 cards. If your active Pokemon is a tag team Pokemon, draw 2 cards. Or draw 2 more cards. So you can draw 4 if you have a tag team at the front, which is pretty likely. So, that's pretty cool. We then have Big Oven, which is a stadium. Once during each player's turn, that player may discard a card from their hand. If they do, that player searches their deck for 2 fire energy cards, reveal them and put them into your hand. Then that player shuffles their deck. That's that's pretty cool. So you discard something, you get the energies, then possibly, maybe you think, oh, I got Welder. Welder, 2 energies on, draw 3. Very nice engine here with big oven, especially if you didn't want to use something like the Heat Factory, for example. So that's pretty cool. Then we have some alternative artworks for previous cards. We have got Escape Rope right here, which looks as if it is in a cave or it's in water, but I'm guessing it's going to be a cave. There is a guy up there, I don't know who that is, but that's pretty cool. We then also have Nest Ball. Again, it's on a nice little desk with a laptop, very, very cool. We've got Rotom Dex, which has got a little Nintendo Switch. That's so cool on our TV, that is awesome. And then lastly, finishing off this, we then have Tayton Lisa, which I really am looking forward to. Hopefully this is something you will probably get in like a League Challenge or Cup. But it's got Solrock and Lunatone in it as well. It looks so cool. This is deserved of a new full art. It definitely is. This one looks great. Really, really does. And it's still going to be in, so that's always really nice to keep in mind. But yeah, there we go. So that is the cards from GG End. But we've all obviously, we've still got to check out these secret rares, haven't we? So let's not waste any more time and let's head straight over and check them out. Okay, so there we go. That is all the cards, and now we're on to the secret rares. So firstly, we're going to be starting with the full art trainers, and then we're going to check out the gold cards, and then we'll obviously finish it off with our normal Guess the GX. So, let's have a little look at what we have coming up. So, the first one is Grimsley. We are getting a Grimsley full art. Probably not going to be a very sought after card, I'm just going to put it out there. I really wouldn't want to use a supportive return just to move around a few damage counters. It just doesn't seem necessary, but I like the artwork. It looks pretty cool. I'm a collector, so I'm going to have to get it. But yeah, probably not going to be one that's going to be mightily expensive. But we also are getting a full art coach trainer, which I think will be a pretty interesting one. Especially with certain tag team decks, being able to move 2 energies straight away buff onto another one is going to be very, very interesting indeed. So they're the only 2 full art trainers coming from this set, but they do look really, really cool, and I like them a lot. So let's check out the gold cards. What have we got in particular? So the first one we have up is, we are going to get Tag Switch. Oh yeah, we are. So this is going to move 2 energies from one tag team to another, which is pretty cool. It is pretty cool, and it looks awesome. I like how the energy obviously is like a little ball. It's so cool, really, really is. We're also going to be getting Reset Stamp. I think this is going to be a nice, big, costly gold card. It's going to be one of them. Probably not like the biggest, but definitely one of them. And the last one we have is the Black Belt right there. So very, very cool. They are the 3 gold cards from GG End that we'll be getting. Probably the middle one will be the most expensive out of all of these. So, moving on from that, let's of course finish off with Guess the GX. The answer from our previous video, which would have been in the Giratina and Garchomp video. So I gave you that picture right there. What was that in particular? Well, it was Hooper GX. Oh yes, it was indeed. So yeah, if you did get that, well done. But let's have a little look and see what the next one is. So, Guess the GX for this video, we have got that picture there, that one right there, and that one right there. I think that one's going to be a nice, simple one for everyone. But if you let me know in the comments below what you think that is in particular, as well as your thoughts on several of the cards from this set, I'll be very, very interested to find out all you guys' thoughts. But apart from that, I'm going to leave it here for this video, and I will see you guys in probably in a video coming up this week. We'll move on to the next set. Won't spoil the name at the moment, but we'll move on over to that and check out some more GXs. So I will see you in the next video.